Hello, beautiful students. Good morning. I trust you're fine. I am also fine here. Today is another time to learn biology, and we'll be looking at the Chief Examiner's report on biology practical. I was opportuned to partake of the online training organized by the Science Teachers Association of Nigeria, looking at how students performed in biology practical. So, the subtopic will be key points to excellent performance. Now, to our learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, students will identify specific areas of need for excellent performance in biology practical, acquire better approaches to biology practical, and state guidelines for biological drawing. Here I have my resources and materials used for the lesson, the Chief Examiner's report, the WAEC syllabus for biology. I also looked at the biology past question for WASE and Iloije HESO, Senior Secondary Certificate Practical Biology. Now, to skills tested in WASE biology practical, identification of specimens. When you see identification of specimens, it simply means naming of the specimen you are provided with. The naming of the specimen you are provided with. If you are provided with specimen A as Tridus fruit, what you are expected to do is just to put specimen A is Tridus fruit. If you were provided with cockroach as specimen B, then your specimen B is cockroach. Identification of specimens simply means naming of specimens. And you don't have to be ambiguous. You have to write in simple English name. Simple English name. So now to observable features and characteristics of specimen. When you hear observable features, it simply means the features that such specimen possesses. And when we say and characteristics of specimen, it simply means the feature that the organism that you are provided with has. For example, if we were given a cockroach, what is the observable feature of a cockroach? You simply state what you can see, not what is in the textbook. It's been observed that students attempt biology practical as if they were attempting biology theory. It is different. You will state what you have seen. In a case whereby they said remove one wing from a cockroach, some students will still go ahead when it comes to drawing to still draw two wings. So it means you must be able to look at the specimen that they are provided with, observe it, then write the features. Like a cockroach, you can see a pair of compound eye, a pair of wings. The body is divided into 3 divisions, whereby we have the head, thorax, abdomen. What you see is what you should write. Now to classification with or without reasons. You could be told to classify a particular specimen with or without reasons. Take for example, earthworm. What phylum does earthworm belongs to? Yes, can I hear you? What phylum does earthworm belongs to? Beautiful. The earthworm belongs to Annelida. Phylum Annelida. And if you are told to state reasons, you must state reason why you have been able to classify the earthworm as Annelida. I hope that is clear. You must be able to state the reason why you have classified the earthworm as Annelida. And what are the reasons? Can I hear you? What are the reasons that you have classified earthworm as Annelida? The body is long and cylindrical. It also has a chitin. It also has segmented body and so on. So now, to comparison, what do we mean when we say comparison? You could be provided with as many specimens as possible. Specimen A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on. And you should expect that the examiner would ask you to compare the similarities and differences. In the course of the teaching, I would show you what I mean by comparing between similarities and differences. And now to structures and functions, relationship in adaptation. We have learnt about adaptation in biology theory, right? And you know, these are features that organism possesses that enables it to live successfully in an habitat due to its structure, due to its appearance, and due to its behavior. I'll talk more on it in the course of the teaching also. When we talk about biological drawing is not artistic drawing. It does not have to be beautiful because there are guidelines to biological drawing. We'll also look at that in the course of the teaching. Organization of data and its interpretation. You could be given a chart for you to interpret. This involves your thinking skills and laboratory and experimental skills, whereby you could be told to cut longitudinally or transversely. What do we mean by that? If you are told to cut longitudinally, you cut vertically. If you are told to cut transversely, you cut horizontally. Okay, let's move on. Now, looking at this, I have a slide on lungs and gills. Observable similarities and differences between gills and lungs. I know we are still familiar with this because we learned respiratory system last week. So looking at the lungs, looking at the gills, we know they are respiratory structures, right? Okay, so lungs is found where? In mammals, and the gill is found where? In fish. So we can at least tell where it is gotten from. You could be asked that also. So looking at the lungs and the gill, do they have similarities? Yes, they do have similarities. They both have similarities. And what are the similarities? They have abundant network of capillaries, that is, they are highly vascularized. They both have moist surface, and we can see that from the lungs. The lungs has a moist surface. The gill also has a moist surface, and they also have large surface area, which allows for gaseous exchange. So you be told to give similarities and differences. So looking at it, at the differences, it's so clear. The gill has the gill raker. The lungs does not have the gill raker. The gill has the gill filament, but in the lungs, gill filament is absent.